Okay, so
Yay,
kamusta
we're
ka,
recording.
Josh? Medyo matagal tayong hindi nagkita.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm checking the filters. You know, Zoom, madami ng filter. Have you checked
Yeah,
it?
oo nga eh. Yes, marami ng filters.
Cute.
Ay,
A
well,
lot.
a lot of
Everything is
people,
adjusting.
I know, yun din yung sasabihin ko. Everything is adjusting to like what's happening.
Even even Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
diba? They just released the avatar.
Mm-mm.
Alam mo yun, you can create your own avatar.
Yes,
Were you able to do yours?
gumawa ako last night. So,
Sumama ka sa bandwagon, ha?
oo. Tapos sumasagot ako ng mga nagme-message sa akin para lang magamit yung avatar ko.
It's
Ayan.
cute. It's cute, diba? Parang ginaya nila sa feature ng iPhone.
Yeah. So yun,
Nice.
Josh, I think no maraming bumabati din sa atin whenever we do live. So let's batiin natin yung mga viewers natin. So
Yeah.
back again. We're back.
Absolutely. Welcome back, everyone. And it's finally another episode of Life Behind the Scenes. And of course, diba, you have me and Ginger.
Yes.
And in the next few minutes, we're going to give you guys value. Ang
Mm-mm.
goal lang namin is to help you guys not just bounce back, but continue bouncing. Diba? Kasi like, it's one thing to bounce back and it's another to continue bouncing. So we gotta bounce, bounce, bounce.
Let's
And what we mean by that is, kailangan tuloy-tuloy tayo sa buhay natin regardless of what's happening, regardless of the circumstances, like anything, any circumstance that we have. That's what we're going to talk about now. Pag-usapan natin, Ginger, ngayon, I think we have a great topic for our viewers. Tama ba?
Yes, our topic is really how to bounce back, 'di ba? During days na tinatamad ka. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Right.
I agree with you, Josh, kasi for the longest time, you've been inside. Hindi ko na nga alam kung ilang buwan na tayo nandito sa bahay. So, I've stopped counting. Seriously, I really stopped counting already. Kasi, it's so funny, no? I had this interview with one economist just a month ago. Si Sir Alvin. Hi, Sir Alvin. Ayan. So, ang sinasabi Sir Alvin, we basically know we have to accept that this is life. This is how it works,
Yeah.
no? And it has changed. So we have to adapt to whatever has been, whatever's here right now. Ito na yon. Ito na yung buhay natin. Wag na tayong parang let's not think na babalik pa siya sa dati nating experiences or dating way of life natin or way of living natin. So, with this, paano na tayo babalik? So yes. So Josh, let's go to like, kailan ka tinatamad? Ngayon kasi ako, honestly, may mga days talaga na I'm so lazy, tinatamad ako to do stuff. So, ikaw ba na-experience mo yun?
Yeah, I do. I do have those moments. Alam mo, ito nga yung nakakatawa, no? Kasi, di ba, the name of our show, guys, no, pag nanonood kayo, the name of our show is Life Behind the Scenes. And ang buhay ng isang entrepreneur, ang buhay ng isang achiever, if you want to keep on moving forward, a lot of people would normally think na, oy, dahil nakikita ko siya lagi, I see him, I see her on Facebook, nakikita ko yung mga live niya, nakikita ko yung mga pinaggagawa niya, and I assume that this person is always motivated. I assume that this person always keeps going. Na parang, oh, hindi ito tumitigil. When in reality, alam mo, Ginger, ang naisip ko, no? What I think of whenever people ask me, do you ever get tired? May isang kantang pumapasok sa isip ko. And you know what that song is? It's from Gary V.
Oh, okay. Which
Hula mo. Try to guess.
Which song? Hindi ako magaling with titles, dude.
Okay, so there's this song by Gary V. It's called The Warrior is a Child.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
The Warrior is a Child. Alam mo, ang pinaka gusto kong line doon is, sabi doon, people say that I'm amazing. I'm hiding all the tears. They don't see, I'm not sure if that's the right lyrics though. They don't see inside of me. Parang I'm hiding all the fear. Kind of like that. If that's the correct lyrics, i-chat nyo. If that's the wrong lyrics, i-type nyo yung tamang lyrics. But I think
kasalanan
the message doon
is
kasalanan ako pag mali. I think ang message doon is, like, people would normally think that, oh man, you're so amazing,
Mm,
you're doing great, but
yeah.
behind the scenes, they don't see the part of you, right? They don't see the
Mm,
part of us who also have breakdown moments,
yes.
who also have disappointments, who
Mm-mm.
also have moments kung saan we feel like giving up,
Yeah,
even at a
definitely.
point. Like every day I want to give up, right? Every day is a battle. Every morning before ako magising, it's a battle between whether I should continue or I should give up,
Yeah.
right? So not a lot of people recognize that. But tayo, no? Umamin kayo. If you're watching right now, sino dito? You're an entrepreneur, you want to bounce back, but there are still days, and you're honest enough to admit there are still days that you want to stop what you're doing and you want to give up. You just want to lie down in bed and you want to say, Lord, kunin mo na ako, right? Because problems would creep in, situations would creep in. Ano ba yung mga problema na pumapasok sa isip ng isang entrepreneur, ng isang taong
Mhm.
gustong mag-bounce back? Dami, di ba?
Dami.
Give,
Kasi,
give
di
me one,
ba?
Ginger.
Yeah.
Relationships.
As an entrepreneur kasi, responsibility mo, remember, your
Yeah.
responsibility is not just yourself now. Pati empleyado
Yeah.
mo, responsibilidad mo na yan. So, parang yung dating, kung ikaw lang, kayang-kaya mo. Pero once you already take into consideration na ang buhay or yung livelihood ng mga employees mo is also your responsibility, nagiging mabigat na siya. So, that's another thing. No? So, also, tama si Josh, no? Like, ako naman, it's more of really giving up in terms of business. 'Di ba? I mean, it's more that eh. Kasi the reason why you're into business is that gusto mo kumita probably no ng pera. That's the main reason why I can
Yeah.
think of, 'di ba? Pero what I've realized is that talagang ano eh, if yun lang ang reason mo for doing something, you'll easily give up.
Right.
And basta-basta you can
Yeah.
just like, okay, tomorrow ayoko na. Ayoko na kasi hindi ako kumikita dito. But if you have a
Yeah.
higher purpose or if you have a higher reason or another reason for doing the things that you're doing, then it's not that easy to give up. And yun nga, parang if it's really like ako, I would say, no, yun nga, as a business owner, more of employment already ng ibang tao that you have to take into consideration. Like ako, I have a team, I have employees. So it's not as easy as just me making the decision for myself, di ba? Kung ako lang yan, dali eh, di ba? Di mag-corporate na lang ako or kukuha ako ng trabaho, di ba? Pero yun eh, it becomes harder just because of the fact that there are a lot more responsibilities already. So ako, what I do, Josh, no, when I feel like I'm not hitting the results or not hitting the goals that I set for myself or my
Yeah.
organization, and I feel depressed, kasi it's another thing eh. It's a skill of an entrepreneur is really compartmentalizing what is the thing that you can basically control or what is the logical thing that you need to handle versus the
Yep.
emotions that you're feeling. So it's best if you
Yes.
just sit back, step back also, and look at your life and see what is this I'm feeling. Okay, why do
Yeah.
I feel this way right now? Why do
Right.
I feel like I'm so tired? I want to give up this business. I don't want to continue it. And it's more of like acknowledging that maybe you're just tired.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's you just need to take a break. And for me, breaks are very important. Ganito. I don't know if you, Josh, you take breaks, no? Pero for me kasi, ngayon ko na-realize, like when I matured as a business owner, I realized that if I feel that way, I need to step back and just breathe and rest. Like do
Yeah.
nothing for the day. And it's good. It's fine. It's just that basically, kasi the business naman will continue even without you eh. It's
Yeah.
just that you just need to step back really. And sabi nga nila, the more productive people are those who acknowledge the fact that rest is as important as being productive. So
Yeah.
yun yung ginagawa ko to handle that feeling.
I
That
love that. I
feeling.
love that. That's
Yeah.
nice. Alam mo, this one thing that I learned then, Ginger. I learned that before kasi I was, hey, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. But then I understood that rest and even pausing, not stopping, no, but pausing. Kasi people will think, ala, akala ko ba keep going? Akala ko ba don't stop? Yeah,
Oh,
don't stop. You can pause. You can pause,
true.
right? But it doesn't mean that you have to stop. So when
Mm,
you pause, it's also you acknowledging that you value yourself. It's like recharging, 'di ba? Kung
true.
nalulobat nga ang isang device, what more ang isang tao? And you got to keep plugging into your source. For me, my source is God, right? So I got to ask, I got to pray. If for you that's meditation, for you that's trying to take a deep breath, inhale, exhale, or just pause, then that's good. For me, I
Yeah.
go back to my source. I go and ask, Lord, what is it that's happening to me right now? What's bothering me? And tulad ng sinabi mo, Ginger, no,
Mm,
adversity quotient is so important.
yeah.
What's within my control? Because sometimes as entrepreneurs, nasanay tayo na we have to control everything. Nasanay
Mm-mm.
tayo na I need to know what's happening sa lahat ng bagay. And if I don't, something bad's gonna happen, right? When
Mm-mm.
in reality, sometimes you have to submit. You have to say, hey, you know what? This is not within my control. May mga bagay akong alam, may mga bagay akong alam ko that I have to trust it to my team. I have to trust it to God. I have to trust it with whoever is in charge of that. If I, let's say, for example, let's say I lost, um, let's say you lost a deal, right? Does
Yes.
that mean that it's the end of the world, right?
Yes.
Let's say, for
True.
example, you are, let's say, ano ba? What's another example? Let's say you lost money for an investment that you
Mm-mm.
thought was gonna give you money. Akala mo madaming babalik sa'yo, but the money was lost because it was a risk. Question is, are you not capable of getting that money again?
Yeah,
Right?
that's
If you
true.
were able to do it again, if you were able to do it before, that means you can do it again.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this right now, tapos iniisip nyo, hala, because I feel like this is the end of the world for me. I feel like I'm in such a low moment in my life. I feel like I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do next. Well, the
Mm-mm.
reality is this. If you just try to acknowledge what's going on in your head, there are a lot of chemicals that's triggering that stress response, right?
True. Yeah.
Cortisol. That's trying to the stress trigger, and it's trying to make you feel ill. Alam mo na realize ko din yun, no, Ginger.
Yeah.
If you're stressed, that means you are not in control of your body. Your body is in control of you, and that should
Mm-mm.
be the other way around. You should be in charge of your body. Tsaka naniniwala din ako dun sa unity. Meaning, your
Mm-mm.
mind, your body, your emotion, your soul, it all has to be united. Kailangan isa yan. Kailangan aligned yan silang lahat. Right?
Oo, yes. Alam mo, maganda yung sinabi mo kanina that, ano, no, yung like step back and then see ano bang mangyayari sa'yo if you decide the other way. No? So, kami ni EJ, when we make big decisions in our business, we always think, okay, or even in life, actually, hindi lang
Yeah, yeah.
business, no? What's the worst that could happen? So for example, knock on wood, 'di ba? What's the worst that
Mm-hmm.
could happen if let's say mawala kami ng customer sa Taksumo or sa business namin? Eh
Yeah.
di, o sige, maghanap kami ng trabaho. Oh, what's the worst
Right.
that could happen pag hindi kami makakuha ng trabaho? Eh di gagawa kami ng ibang maghanap kami other sources of income, 'di ba?
Yeah.
So it's really that it's when you make decisions, you always
Yeah.
think, ano ba talaga yung what's the worst that could happen to you, 'di ba?
Yeah.
So
Because
there's
sometimes we're afraid. We're
mm-mm.
afraid, but we don't even know kung saan tayo takot.
Mm, that's
Right? And and
true.
and that fear is really stopping us from going full force. It's
Mm-mm.
stopping us from continuing our direction towards bouncing back.
Yeah,
Diba? Like, and,
oo.
and I think as entrepreneurs, importante na malaman mo, hey, no matter what happens to you, you will still have the capability to bounce back if you choose to.
Mm. Kasi
And
ito lang yung
natutuwa ako sinabi mo, no, na
oo.
I could get a job because you can. That's true.
Yeah,
Diba?
so there are a lot of options and opportunities pa rin eh. And the thing that you're saying na bounce back, no? Yun nga eh, what I saw this somewhere. There's this person saying, I think he was a psychologist, no? He was telling us, yung audience niya basically, no? Na, di ba tawag sa atin, human beings. So we're actually meant to be, and being is enough. Okay, being
Yeah.
here is already enough. So, hindi naman tayo human doings eh, 'di ba? So,
Correct.
so parang sinasabi, well, after that, I was contemplating and saying, oh nga, bakit nga ba, why are we in that constant pursuit of doing something, 'di ba? Of constantly doing. Tingnan mo,
Yeah.
ito, marami, in a group of 10 people, kung umupo kayo, tapos sinabi mo sa kanila, wag kayong gagawin, wala kayong gagawin, tumahimik kayo, umupo lang kayo, wala kayong gagawin, kundi ganyan. I'm sure most of them maiilang magiging magkakaroon ng awkward. Di ba? Mag-feel na medyo awkward tong situation na to. Bakit wala akong ginagawa? Di ba? So,
Yeah.
all of us now, we are wired to do something. Pero that society actually dictating that we always need to have that movement, no? That constant movement. But yun nga eh, yun, ako I always revert back to my belief that the most productive people know when to rest. Hindi naman lagi like tamad ka,
Yeah.
di ba? Ibang case yon. Like wala ka talagang gagawin like every day ay nahulog. Every day, di ba? But it's more of you know when to rest and you know when you should move actively, di ba? So ganon. So there. So any last tips, Josh, for our viewers when it comes to like itong feeling na pag lazy sila. So ano yung mga key
Mhm.
points natin for today?
Yeah, well, I guess we can give them probably three things. I'll give them my three things. You can give them your three things. Number one, I guess if I'm gonna give you three things that you can use kapag nafe-feel mo that you are stuck, if you feel like you feel down and you feel like you don't want to move, even though you know you should be moving, you know you should continue to be in the moment, right? First step is awareness. That's for me, right? You gotta stay aware no matter what happens, you have to stay aware. And awareness starts with asking the right questions. Tanungin mo, ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Define it. If you can put a name on it, just go ahead and do it. Define it. I'm feeling stressed. What does that mean? I'm feeling bad. What does that mean? I feel terrible. Why? Then ask. I feel terrible because this has happened. Then ask yourself, why? What are you expecting? Then answer that. As you keep on asking questions, you will get to figure out, oh, ano, the problem that I feel was big, it gets to like literally shrink because you see it from a bigger perspective. Diba? So
Mm-mm.
always be aware. Ask yourself that question. After awareness, the second thing that I would suggest that you do is go ahead and take a step back, right? After being aware of these things, take a step back and ask yourself, what is within my control? What is within my control and what is not within my control? Ano yung kaya kong baguhin? And the last thing that I would do is focus on those things that you can control. Focus on the things that you can control. And for me, if that means leaving it temporarily, leaving other things temporarily behind, then be it. As long as I can go ahead and move myself forward, right? And
Yeah.
Ginger, gusto ko yung sinabi mo kanina na we are human beings. And for me, I think, yeah, it does make sense for us to understand that we are created to be. To be means to know your identity, to know who you are. That
Mm-mm.
regardless of what you're doing, regardless of what you're incapable of doing, it doesn't prevent you and it doesn't stop you from having an identity, right?
Yeah.
So you are who you are. If your identity is not clear, if you don't know who you are, you will always be defining yourself based on your achievements, based on what people say, based on external things. Kaya importante na alam mo yung
Mm-mm.
identity mo. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for me, Jenj.
Yeah, sige, for me naman, siguro to add on to what you were saying, because I agree, totally agree with all of your tips, no? So yung awareness of oneself, just to add to that as well, when you sort of know what you're feeling, acknowledge that it isn't good or bad. Okay, so if you feel na tinatamad
Wow.
ka, it's fine na tinatamad ka today. Or if you feel
Yeah.
na sobra akong productive today, na gusto ko mag-work hanggang gabi, okay, basta alam mo yung feeling mo is that you're okay, kaya ko
Wow.
to, gusto ko to gawin today. O sige, basta anything that you're feeling is basically it's a feeling that you need to acknowledge, and
So
it's
walang
neither,
label, no?
it's neither good and bad, diba? So it's fine, no? If
Wow.
you're feeling sad, it's fine. If you're feeling frustrated, it's fine. So that's one thing that you need to know when it comes to awareness. And siguro, to add to that as well, in terms of awareness, siguro yung tip number 2 po, be aware also that there are people around you, no? So whatever you do, with regard to that feelings will also affect the people around you. So if you are basically an entrepreneur, diba, we are talking about
Yeah.
employees and stuff. So
Tama.
whatever you do with that feelings actually will affect the people also around you. So you know that when you do something about that feelings, meron syempre yung, what do you call that? Like, may effect.
Impact.
May effect. Yes, may impact or may effect yan to the people around you. Because, syempre, it's not just you in this world, diba? So there are other
Yeah.
people around you. And siguro the third one, with regard to doing the things that you can control versus the things that you cannot control, to add to what Josh mentioned na, is siguro maybe to forgive yourself also for the times na hindi ka ganon as productive, and also never compare your journey. Again, we always go back to this, no? May isang episode din ata we talked about this, but never compare your journey
Yeah.
with someone else's, because hindi naman to karera, hindi to race. Ewan ko,
Run
hindi
your
ako
own
aware kung may race,
race.
di ba? So hindi ako aware na may karera pala dito at race, 'di ba? So
Yeah.
wala naman po race na nagaganap. So so maybe like take your time, enjoy life, no? Try to enjoy life,
Galing.
enjoy making the decisions that you make. Yeah, and yeah, basically enjoy life. Yun lang yun.
I love that. I love that.
Okay.
Hey, this is exciting, Ginge. Ang ganda ng topic natin. Guys,
Yes.
comment naman kayo. Comment if you learned a thing or two. Ano yung pinaka nagustuhan nyo? And maybe in our next episode, we'll give you guys a shout out. Thank you. Come on, comment lang kayo. Comment.
Yes. Okay, so thank you so much sa lahat ng mga viewers namin today ni Josh. We hope that you join us again next week, Tuesdays
Absolutely.
every 5 o'clock here at the Bounce Back Network.
Love
Okay,
it.
that's
And
it for
again,
today.
this is life behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.